The path to building a high-growth, winner-take-all company is well-worn and celebrated by many, but some entrepreneurs have a different goal in mind. What drives them forward is a fierce devotion to customer, craft, and community. A purpose behind the profit, a mission behind the metrics. For these businesses, something amazing happens. They thrive in the face of competition, connect with customers through shared values, and ultimately become wildly successful. I'm Jay Acunzo, and we're going to tell their incredible stories. This is Against the Grain. Something surprising is happening in Saratoga Springs, New York. Located 4 hours north of Manhattan, the town is home to a company with a bold claim. They make the world's strongest coffee. That company is Death Wish Coffee.
Death Wish Coffee.
Whoa.
Warning is this is the world's strongest coffee.
High caffeine content.
When I tell you these beans are perfect.
Smells wonderful.
Death Wish Coffee.
Cheers.
Holy
That is
cow. I can feel it. I'm beating through my veins.
Dang, that's dark, huh?
This is good. I think I'm gonna be drinking this all the time now.
It's easy to assume a brand like Death Wish started in LA or Brooklyn, but what's become a global movement all started here, inside a tiny coffee shop called Saratoga Coffee Traders. What is it about a company that creates a connection with customers? What takes somebody from satisfied buyer to, well, this? This is CJ Mann. He's a longtime state trooper, father to fifth grader Kira, and the world's biggest fan of the world's strongest coffee. How did this happen? Because you walk in with the Death Wish hockey jersey. I've seen you on their podcast. I've seen you don't work for the company. You have another generation.
Oh
yeah.
Another generation of a crazy.
It comes back to what I was saying before, which is realistically, like, it's a family. You feel like you're a part of it.
When CJ's not on duty as a state trooper, he's manning the Death Wish Coffee community Facebook page, which is entirely run by fans. Once a year, he also volunteers at the Run Dead, their charity run for the Special Olympics.
I've talked to every walk of life through this company. And I've done it through my job, but especially through the community and through the way this company has made their community around there. And it's amazing how better educated I am. Yeah. Not only about coffee. I've learned a lot about coffee through this, but I've learned a lot about people. It's not a 150, 200 people person company.
Right.
It's still a small company with a big name and a big heart.
Go all in on what you love. I've said it before, death is inevitable. Spoiler alert.
Jeff Ayers is a comic book nerd, an electric violinist, and the in-house, on-air personality for Death Wish Coffee. He hosts their podcast, Fueled by Deathcast, and their video series, Fueled by Death Show. And if you think that's laying on the theme of death and YOLO a little thick, you should see their office. But for all the aggressive imagery and the snarky memes, the team at Death Wish believes in something kinda endearing. You get one life. Might as well go after your passion. Aggressively.
We're all fueled by this idea that we want to leave this world a little different before we inevitably leave it for good. And that's exactly what Death Wish Coffee is trying to do. We want to fuel whatever it is you're getting out of bed in the day to start that day for. We want to fuel you to do that.
I think if you're going to do something, you might as well do it to the best of your ability, And a friend of mine, Jim Cochran, taught me this early on. He's like, if you're going to be something, like, be the best in the world at it.
Death Wish Coffee was created by this guy, Mike Brown. In 2012, it was just a side project that he sold online. For years, his day job was running Saratoga Coffee Traders straight into the ground.
I didn't know how to run a business at that point. And when I ran it so horribly, I learned every lesson the hard way.
Death Wish, the product, helped save the coffee shop and then became Death Wish Coffee Company, an independent e-commerce brand. Today, Death Wish is about 40 people, and they sell 2 types of coffee: mugs, hats, t-shirts, and more.
You're trying to be the best at not just coffee, it feels like. Like, it feels like you're building a lifestyle brand. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, I feel like it has kind of grown into that. That wasn't the ideation at the beginning. The beginning was, I was just making a product I thought was cool that I thought my customers would love.
And at the end of the day, that's what fuels all of our passion, because what is exciting about working at a company like this is that everybody's passionate about the company. We are such a small-knit community as Death Wish Coffee that everybody who works here, even when you first walk through the door on that first day, you feel like you're part of something, and that only grows.
Taya Torelli started working for Mike at the old coffee shop back when she was in high school. Today, she's the head of marketing strategy for Death Wish.
What's the secret sauce when you think about marketing that makes Death Wish defensible as a business, as a brand?
I think it's coming up with a list, a very clear-cut list of our priorities. And, of course there are things like return on investment, impact, all of those kinds of things, but at the top there, it's customer. We're not asking ourselves, all right, how can we incentivize people to share this more? It's how can we make content or make products that people want to tell their friends about?
In 2015, Death Wish entered a fan voting competition run by the tech company Intuit. The grand prize was a free Super Bowl ad. In the end, Death Wish won, beating 15,000 other companies. And sure, the exposure was great.
But it was a lot more than that. We had companies that were 5 times, 10 times, 20 times bigger than we were, but we just had this incredible, rabid community that they were just so willing to take time out of their day. They were setting alarms on their phones.
Taya has since hired an entire team dedicated solely to serving their community, like content manager Shannon Sweeney. She's seen some pretty rare displays of passion from customers.
So we have fans who see something, whether it's design or our logos, and they literally get it tattooed on their body, which is really cool. So it proves like a lifelong commitment to our brand. People don't want to feel like they're being sold something. They don't want to feel like they're being advertised to. So coming from a story aspect, it gives them that value that they're looking for and introduces them to the brand without forcing it down their throats. And I think sometimes a lot of brands post on social with buy now or get this today or you'll never believe this. Things like that I think people kind of see through now. So telling a story just builds a deeper connection.
One of the company's more recent projects is Odin Force, an original comic book series created by Death Wish purely to connect with fans. To bring the Death Wish project to life, they partnered with writers and illustrators who'd worked on Green Lantern, Spider-Man, and Batman.
There's no mention of coffee. There's no hidden Death Wish coffee anywhere or anything else. And we're able to just give people a cool piece of comic book.
Can you look anybody in the eye and say, these comics sold that much coffee?
Yeah, probably not a number, but I definitely can look somebody in the eye and say these comics brought people into this community that might not have ever been a part of this community, and therefore bought that coffee.
If you look across the community that Death Wish has built, it's not just comic book nerds. So what do all those people have in common?
They all need a sense of belonging and a sense of purpose to do what they want to do, to what they love to do. And that breeds a community. And we live in a golden age of really loving hard the things that you love.
The team at Death Wish heeds their own advice. You get one life, so pursue your passion. So while they absolutely put the customer first, they still bring their full selves to their work. And good things happen. Things like this. In the summer of 2017, the world's strongest coffee became the galaxy's strongest coffee. It all started when Jeff and his former co-host, Dustin Alexander, interviewed astronaut Nicole Stott.
How do we get Death Wish to space?
You know what? Let's talk about that. I think people would love it.
Awesome.
Co-host and I were like, well, what would it take to get Death Wish on the International Space Station?
Just a throwaway line.
Just because I want that soundbite, And
what goes through your mind if she's like, I actually think it's a great idea, we should talk?
I still don't think it's real. Right now, talking to you, I don't think it's real.
Death Wish is building a customer-centric company, and yeah, that helps them sell a lot of coffee. But more crucially, it earns them passionate support, both online and, as I learned, around their local community. Just after launching their local business, Albany Distilling Company saw the love that people had for Death Wish, and so they asked about creating a coffee vodka in collaboration.
And I presented the idea to Mike and John, and they were just like, no way. Coffee spirits never taste the way that they're not great. Sorry.
But Rick and his team were just as passionate as any Death Wish customer would be, so they dedicated precious resources to getting the vodka just right. After weeks of tinkering, they decided to make their own Death Wish cold brew, which finally got the flavor right. The coffee brand agreed to a partnership, and Death Wish Coffee Vodka was born.
Skull and crossbones on a liquor bottle, not that easy to do, so probably 4 or 5 rejections through the federal government for label and formula approval, but eventually we got it done and we launched the vodka pretty much right at the time that they won the Super Bowl commercial.
The two companies have been pillars of the upstate New York economy ever since.
It is bold, it is strong, it's got a ton of flavor, and it's got a little burn, but I mean, it's 80 proof, so what you gonna do?
All right. So I think we need to try some.
Let's do it.
I'm not usually a vodka drinker, but for you, my dear viewer, I'll do anything for the shot.
Oh man, that's bad. I mean, it's dangerous. It's good. And because it's good, it's bad.
Yep. Just doing this all for you, my friend. We're having no fun at all.
It's dangerous. It really is.
They could have been that company that has all the resources in the world and pushed everyone aside, but they don't see it that way. They still see themselves as a small business that wants to work with any other local business in the area. And I think that speaks to just them as people and what they're trying to do here in the local community. It's not just trying to make money. It's not trying to sell coffee. Like, they are actually trying to grow a community around them.
There are a lot of products that we could be selling that would probably make us a ton of money. Yeah. But at the end of the day, we're trying to make sure that community that we've built trusts us. And so I think that the trust that we've built with our customers is more important than any money that we'll make from them.
They're like a family member, like you don't want to disappoint them. So I've created like really close bonds with some of these people just because of that. And it's always top of mind because I'm like, these people genuinely care about us as a company. They care about us as people, so we should return the favor, for sure.
Do whatever you need to do to make sure the customer always leaves saying something good about us. Even if they had a disappointing experience somehow, make sure when you get off the phone with them that they say something good about us to whoever they talk to next. Sometimes it's buying them a new coffee machine. Sometimes it's buying them a bag of their own, maybe a different brand that they prefer. Maybe they didn't like ours for some reason. You know, my customer service team has the green light to do just about anything to make sure the customer leaves happy.
I think from the outside looking in, Death Wish Coffee should not exist. They have massive competitors who can outspend them at every turn. And yet, the company is thriving, they're growing, and people love them. And I think that last part is why they're so successful, why they can exist today. It's because they have something you can't cut a check for and can't just purchase, no matter how much money you have. They have genuine and deep customer connection. You know, and wouldn't it be nice if that's how business success actually looked? It's not whatever will sell, it's whatever is right for the customer. And I know there's more companies out there just like Death Wish that believes that. We believe that, and we're on this journey to find other businesses just like Death Wish Coffee, who put the customer at the center of everything, and we're gonna tell those stories because more than ever, those are the business stories that deserve to be told.
Like, you don't feel like you're a customer, you feel like you're part of the family. And that's huge.